Hey guys, 恭喜发财! Welcome back to this and yeah. So back by popular demand, you guys wanted a second Agony episode, so here it is. Anyway, for those of you who missed out on the previous episode, you can click via the link in the description box down below to watch the previous episode where we give you some life advices, but please take them lightly with a pinch of salt. Okay, we are not qualified counselors or therapists.
Don't listen to us. We don't know anything.
Yeah. Do you think we know what you're doing?
It's the opposite.
Exactly. Anyways, shall we proceed to the first question? Let's get into it.
How do I deal with my boyfriend having a wandering eye but doesn't act on it? Can't really bring it up because he doesn't act on it. I just feel insecure.
Actually, this is quite challenging because technically he didn't do anything wrong. So how do you even bring up the topic? Maybe he'll be like, who doesn't look? Everyone also look what?
I think
Did I go and talk to her?
God.
Do I follow her on Instagram? Sorry. Is that intense? Sorry.
Whoa.
You know, there are people who are like that, right?
Well, first of all, I wouldn't date anyone who speaks to me like that. The hell? That's so dismissive. Like,
Yeah.
I think, like,
Okay, what if he didn't say in a dismissive manner? Like, he said in like, honestly, who doesn't look at beautiful things?
your tone doesn't make it less dismissive. It's still dismissive. I think that whatever you're insecure about, if you feel insecure about it, like it's valid. You know, you don't have to like psych yourself out and say other people don't feel insecure about it, so I shouldn't feel insecure about it, or like he doesn't act on it, so that's why I shouldn't feel insecure about it. Like you shouldn't have to feel anyway. If you feel bad, you don't like it, insecure about it, like that's all valid.
Well, if anything, I wouldn't be with someone who doesn't respect my feelings. Like, obviously, I will voice it out to him and said that, look, when you have a wandering eye, which obviously I can see and other people can see, it makes me very uncomfortable and it makes me feel like I'm not good enough. It actually hurts my feelings. And if he thinks that this is not worth working on, then it goes to show that he does not consider my feelings, not sensitive towards my feelings, right? Why would I want to be with someone like that?
Right.
And imagine that the next time when like I am feeling the worst, say during my pregnancy, and you continue to have a wandering eye, and I think that's going to be like a huge hit to my self-esteem. And also know that I also want to give you this advice, my dear, that when he has a wandering eye, it does not mean that there's anything wrong with you. It has nothing to do with you, okay? So don't blame it upon yourself.
I think when you bring it up, I mean, obviously, first of all, yes, don't feel like you shouldn't feel this way. And then when you do bring it up to him and start with like, I feel statements, like I feel hurt, I feel insecure, and you bring it up to him in a
accusational, judgmental,
like
attacking.
a neutral way.
Yeah.
And if someone cares about you, they should care about what you care about.
Exactly.
Even if they don't understand it.
And if your relationship has a strong foundation, he's actually a legit character, then he should be serious about, you know.
It's empathy 101, you know? Like you don't have to understand something or even accept something to acknowledge that it's real. Like personally, I wouldn't care if I was in that position, but it doesn't make your feelings any less real. And if like you or my friend or you or someone that I'm dating and that's something that you were uncomfortable with, then it becomes an important issue for me because you are important. So if you bring it up to him in a neutral way and that's how he responds, then I think that's a good sign. But if he's dismissive, like, you know, like Michelle said, well, I'm not doing anything about it. I don't get what's the big deal. Or like, you know, you're the one who's insecure. Like, this is not usually a problem for other people. I don't know why you feel that way. All those responses don't reflect on you. Like, it reflects on him and how he is as a partner.
Gaslight
your
reaction.
So
But your reaction is valid. How you feel is always going to be valid because it's based on his actions. Yeah.
So how people respond and treat you when you tell them how you feel is a very clear indicator of how important you are to them, or at least how ready they are for a relationship. Like they could love you a lot. Like I don't discount the fact that he loves you. I don't think it has anything to do with you or how he feels about you. But some people just might not be emotionally intelligent or like mature to to be prepared for those difficult conversations
Exactly.
in a relationship.
Yeah, I really like what she just said.
One more point. If he doesn't do anything about it, then I think you should have a wandering eye too.
Let's bring it out on a tee.
Yeah, like if he can do it, then you can do it too. Like we're not blind. You
No,
know, there are
but
cute
she's not
guys
a
there.
shitty person, obviously.
Yeah.
That's why she doesn't do it. Yeah.
But maybe low key you want to.
Anyway, sending you lots of love. Okay, next. Biggest struggles about being a content creator. I would say it's like how people openly hate you when you're a public figure. Like for example, just in a while ago, I posted on my story when someone said our podcast is cringe, is lame, has no views, no point doing it. Two person with fake accent yapping about nonsense that no one cares about. Obviously, I posted it on my IG story because it's entertaining and it's funny for everyone to laugh about. And then you just have more people contributing to that after that. Yeah, these are the kind of nonsense that's very insignificant that we kind of have to deal with. Okay, it is also a very lonely job. I think that's something I want to highlight about. The hustle is a very lonely journey unless you have made enough money to sustain a team. Then you will feel like everyone is building towards something together. If not, you will feel like you're building it yourself for a while, and that could lead to burnout. It is not easy to find like-minded individuals in the industry as well. Yeah, here are some of the struggles. How about for you?
I feel like I don't create enough content to be struggling. Just like being in charge of your own schedule and kind of like being your own boss. Now you're in charge of yourself and you start to face a lot of your own issues like time management, like, you know, the whole burnout thing, how you manage yourself.
I feel like being a content creator is essentially being an entrepreneur, obviously not like building a company, but you are still like working
Building
for
a
yourself.
brand.
Yeah, you're building a brand. And there are so many out there. That's a very low level to entry, but very, very high competitiveness.
And you can see how everyone's doing. You know, sometimes in a corporate job, you don't really know how well everybody's doing.
And also like all your performance metrics is out there in the public for people to see. You can't hide that. Like, but in a company, like for example, your friends will never know how you're doing your work unless you share them. But as a content creator, everyone knows who you've worked with. They can even like gauge how much money you're making, little stuff like that. Yeah.
Okay, next. Dating this guy for close to 2 months, but he seems unsure now, though we hit it off really well in the first few weeks. We started talking and felt like we were already together initially. I feel that we are still kind of into each other. What will you do?
Okay. When you said you started talking and felt like you were already together, do you mean that you felt a certain level of chemistry or because you guys were discussing about future plans?
I think it sounds to me like they were doing coupley things.
Coupley things, yeah.
You know,
actually, speaking
like
of
playing
which,
house.
do you think that you should play house with someone that you're just dating?
Yeah, why not?
But you have already given him the benefits of, let's say, a girlfriend. Why should he ask you to be his girlfriend?
So that he feels the sting when you stop. You know what I mean? You gotta give them like the fantasy, you know, to know like what they're getting into, and then bam.
Well, I personally wouldn't do girlfriend things with someone that.
Okay, what are girlfriends? Okay, maybe let's just
like touch
define.
on the,
What's the girlfriend?
Girlfriend thing is like moving in with him, like staying with him.
No, that's
like,
not what I meant. But
yeah, periodically overnight at his place, seeing like his family if he's still living with his family. You know, like just full on only seeing him exclusively. I think the biggest difference between dating exclusively, I must add this into modern dating now, and being in a steady relationship is that for dating, you are actually seeing other people still, right? Dating exclusively, you're dating this person only, but you're not doing girlfriend-boyfriend things. And then the last stage is obviously, you know, you do everything girlfriend-boyfriend. You make your plans, having each other in mind.
When you said girlfriend-boyfriend things, I was thinking like going on trips or, you know.
I wouldn't go on trip with someone that I'm only dating.
Oh, okay.
How do I tell that to my parents? I'm only dating him. He's not my boyfriend. He cannot be my emergency contact person.
Why do they need to know?
They need to know because I'm the only daughter.
Actually, I don't tell my parents. I don't think they know what I do. I think that it sounds like you're only dating this guy exclusively, which I think is the first no-no. Like personally, I will always have a roster. And you should have a roster all the way until you truly date.
Okay, but we'll give a little bit of a benefit of the doubt that maybe that guy has a roster and she may not have the privilege of having a roster. Maybe some people don't match with other people so easily.
Every girl can have a roster, like way easier than a guy can have a roster.
Did Stacey ask you to keep a roster?
Yeah,
until he asked you to be his girlfriend.
Yes, I feel like you wouldn't be so bothered about this if you had a roster.
If he asks you to date him exclusively, but he's unable to do it himself, please just drop this guy.
Unable to do it himself.
You know, some guys are like, I want to be allowed to see other people still, but you should only date me.
Oh,
if you want me to consider you.
No, thank you. I feel like if he can have a roster, you should have a roster too. Or if he doesn't have a roster, you should still have a roster too.
Yeah.
I think I would be a lot less stressed about all these guys giving me issues if I had like more guys to take up my time. Okay. If I was dating, that would be my strategy.
Okay. You said that he seems unsure now, but he has not communicated that across, but you picked it up. So I actually
How can you tell he's unsure?
Yeah, that's what I was gonna ask. How can you tell that he's unsure? Is it because he has started talking to you less frequently? Yeah. So these are our thoughts, and I think we are lacking a little bit of context also. Yeah.
The funny thing is, like, if I was in this position, I would be so deluded that I would think that he's so in love with me and he's so
you're playing
afraid.
The deluded version, but I'm playing like the very like overly sensitive and overthinking kind of version.
I've been in this position before and like I honestly thought that he was just so in love with me that he was so afraid and he ran away.
Honestly, I don't want to be with someone who's unsure about me. Why would I?
Yeah.
You know? Why would I want to be anyone's second choice? Exactly.
No.
Okay, next. Next is a bit more lighthearted. Stacey, what is your scariest travel story?
When I was in LA, like there is this mountain that's really close, like a 2-hour drive away. And I used to drive by myself to, actually no, scratch that. There's also a desert. There's a desert that's like an hour and a half away, maybe like Joshua Tree to where I was. And I would drive out to the desert sometimes and do like a mini solo staycation there. And one time my gas was running low in the middle of the desert with no cell reception. And I was so afraid that my car was just going to stop and then I wouldn't know what to do. Like, I didn't have a plan B and it was so hot. So hot.
Hotter than in Singapore?
Yes. And like dry heat and it's just hot. Like my phone wouldn't even switch on because it was so hot in the car.
So how did you get out of that situation in the end?
I just kept driving and hoped to God that my car didn't break down, and it didn't. It didn't.
And then you
stall.
reached the campsite.
Yes, and then I reached like a gas station. Thank God. Like there wasn't. I didn't have any cell service, so I didn't know where I was on the map or if there was a gas station around me. But I think it was scary in my head, like just all the scenarios playing out in my head. That was the scary part. Like nothing actually did happen eventually.
Shall we end off with one last question?
Sure.
Okay. Someone asked, Michelle, I think you look really great. What is your daily styling hair routine and the secret to be tanned? Okay, so I have artificially blonde hair, very chemically treated. So my daily routine, my hair wash routine involves using a purple shampoo, and I only use it on the top of my hair. Because the top of my hair is where it goes yellow / brassy easily. The bottom of my hair, I use a very normal like Way, that brand, detox kind of shampoo, or Amica. I also like it. You can find it in Sephora. It's this color. Okay. And then what I do is after that, I use a hair mask in place of a conditioner. Because that's how dry my hair is. A normal conditioner would not be enough. When I'm done, what I do is I use a Dyson Supersonic to blow dry my hair to about 80% dry, still 20% wet. And I use a Dyson Airwrap to completely dry my hair. Because if your hair is chemically treated and it's not dried completely, it will break very often. Then you see all these little pieces on top. And then at the end of the drying process, I oil my hair a lot. Like only at the ends.
And how often do you wash your hair?
Every day.
You really should wash. your hair
This is
every
a
day?
result of hair washing every day, okay? I do not wash my hair to preserve the color or whatsoever. I just think that in Singapore, you need to wash because
It's so hot.
at the end of the day, I don't know. I don't like second day hair. Even though I had normal like hair scalp, I don't have oily hair scalp whatsoever. So
I know there are some like advices out there to not wash it so many times or
Yeah.
dry out your hair. But you know, our hair is different from like
Caucasians.
Caucasian hair. So I
Yeah,
don't think
even
you
though
follow
there's
that
Caucasian hair
advice.
color, but I am still Asian and I always have my hair like that beside my face. If I don't wash it every day, then
Yeah,
I'm
it's
boiling
gonna
the
be dirty.
yesterday's dirt on my face, no? And that's how you get breakouts, right? Yeah, and that is why I dare to like, have my hair touch my face all the time. I think, right, speaking of hairstyling routine, if anything, you should ask Stacey. Her hair is 100% virgin, y'all. Look at how long and thick it is. I remember there was one point you even shaved the bottom of her hair because
Yeah.
it's so thick that you couldn't stand it.
Yeah, like the bottom quarter of my head was shaved. I grew it out now already. But I shaved it because it was just so hot.
Do you do anything extra to make your hair look extra dark, nourished?
No, I don't color my hair at all. But I do like those keratin treatments, like Brazilian blowouts. Those are really good.
A gloss.
Yeah, but it doesn't last for really long unless you take care of it. So I oil my hair every time before I wash it. So I'll put like my own oil concoction. I have like grapeseed oil, jojoba oil, and like castor oil. And I'll literally just lather all my hair with it. Like it's all oily and sticky. And I'll wrap it up in a bun and just leave it for like half an hour and then go and shower.
Yeah. One last tip. If you want to be blonde, stay blonde. That's how you get better and better blonde along the way. If you go dark, light, it's going to ruin your hair. And your blonde is not going to be nice. And there's going to be a lot of bending as well. And also I use rosemary oil to massage my scalp almost every day after I shampoo my hair. And I brush my hair often to circulate my scalp and ensure hair growth. That's why my roots comes out very fast. Like 2 weeks, you can see. This is 2 weeks. This is not 1 month. This is 2 weeks. So yeah,
My
there's
sides.
this professional like hair place with like proper hair doctor. It's called Terra, Terra. Terra Medical is at Orchard. They are proper like hair doctors. They do
Professional.
like hair transplant and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you can go check it out if you're keen to sharing. Yeah, so with that, we will end today's Agony episode.
Yeah.
Do you guys like it? Would you like any more like question and answer kind of episode? Let us know in the comments down below. Thank you so much for submitting your questions, be it positive or negative ones. We value all feedback. With that, we'll see you in the next episode. We love you. Bye.
Bye.